Welcome to another episode on our channel. In our last episode, I reminded you of the 3D resin I got off of eBay that was advertised as 1/6 scale. It truly is not 1/6 scale. It's more like 1/5 scale, or even maybe slightly larger than that. But I wanted to get Michonne done, and my husband was busy with house-related repairs due to water damage. So this was too big, though. He got done with a lot of the things that he needed to get done with and had time to print out a 3D resin model of Michonne at the appropriate size. So we've actually taken time to epoxy her together. So she's looking very similar to this Michonne, except she is slower. I've done not only the pants, the torso, the arms, but the head, not the eyes yet. I still have to have courage to do eyes. Haven't done eyes before successfully. So the bandana, though, has been done to match her pants. And I went ahead and did the sword and the hands. That'll go on last, and actually will be held on by pressure. The only thing I haven't done is the stem. So I had to patch it up because these are two pieces that have been epoxied together, but there were slight separations visible in some places. So I put some magic sculpting into those places. I'm going to try to go for a lighter look than this, and if I don't like it, it'll become darker. Anyway, so I'm going to actually use a lighter brown. This is just brown, and then a chocolate brown. And those are going to be my only two colors. Then I will wash this in black. You've seen me do that in the last episode with her pants and so forth. It's just getting a light consistency water and black paint, less liquid than paint, but it really is, it's still watery. And then you put it over whatever you're painting, and then you dab away with a damp cloth, or I use just a paper towel. As long as it's damp, not soaking wet, but damp, you just dab away areas that you want brighter and keep the areas that you want to show creases and so forth. So we're going to start with some light brown. So I'm just going to go around in the areas where it's not rock. Looks like more like sand or soil. And I'm just going to paint those areas. Here I'm using a really thick brush because I just want to get as much as I can very quickly. I don't really want to take a lot of time with it if I can help it. I think I got most of the areas that looked like soil. I think I'm done there. Now I'm going to go through and with the wipe it off a bit. And go through and try to get some areas that look like rocks to me. Give it a darker look. Ideally, you should probably wait for this to dry. I do not have that patience. And the wash is probably going to do everything I need it to do. But as soon as I get all the paint on the browns, I will go dry it before I put the wash on. We are back, and this looks awful. It looks flat. That's what a black wash is for. So what I want to do is I want to take some water, some black paint, mix it together. I don't want it so watery that it won't stick to anything. It'll just kind of run off. But so thick, I don't want it so thick that basically the paint, this paint gets covered with black paint that will not dab off with a damp wet towel or a damp cloth or a sponge that's slightly wet. Yeah, just make sure this is not soaking wet. Just damp enough to pick up paint where you don't want to see the darkened portions. In crevices and creases, you want to see darkened portions. That'll make the flatness go away. We are back, and this could be done in 100 million different ways. You could add more lighter browns to it. The wash did darken up the lighter browns pretty darn good. I dabbed more off of the darker browns. So we're going to pause and get her set up so you can see her. She doesn't have her eyes done, but I have to draw courage to be able to take a stab at the eyes. We'll do our best, though. We are back, and night and day. I mean, the painting is almost the same. You can never get an identical work, even if you try, but I'm happy with the skin. I'm happy with the washing. It's the eyes that are going to be the challenge. But look at her and look at him. Let me just move him over. I'm sorry, she's crouching a bit. She stands up straight. She's like the Hulk compared to Daryl. She's crouching. She stands up. She's about the same height, maybe a touch, just a touch shorter than Daryl is. So this is definitely 1/6 scale. Move him over a little bit more. And this is at least 1/5 scale, if not larger. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen in terms of the painting process and the size differential. The eyes are going to be the hardest thing to ever do on a figure if you decide to paint something. But painting isn't really that hard per se, as long as you're able to do washes. The definition will come out very nicely. It's usually the head sculpt that's going to be the most challenge in just about every case. So I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day. So I wanted to give you a quick update on Michonne. I did do a little lightening of the pants, and I like the lighter, brighter looks in some strategic places, upper thighs especially. So I think this works for her now and for me. So again, I'll say my goodbyes. You guys have a great one.